أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء وسيد المرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبا قاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.
I begin in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, the one who has created everything in utmost perfection. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaykum salam.
Inshallah, you guys' days are going well. Inshallah, everything is going well. Today, currently, is the 9th day of Ramadan. I remember the first day of Ramadan, I told you guys to use your days as wisely as you possibly can. It feels just like yesterday it was the first day. It's already the 9th day, my brothers and sisters. So, like we said, maximize the benefit of this holy month. A very important part of the holy month of Ramadan, believe it or not, is sleep in this holy month. Of course, in this holy month, a lot of people sleep for the time to go by faster, so they don't have to feel the pain as much, or they just like to sleep. In this holy month, sleeping is ibadah. And nawm fi shahri Ramadan ibadah lillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sleeping in the holy month of Ramadan is worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they state, just breathing, inhaling and exhaling is like tasbih, my brothers and sisters, in this holy month. Of course, let's just get something straight. Sleeping is for the humans and the animals. And nawm lal hayawanat wal bashar, for the alam. It's not for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's clearly stated in the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 255. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسي السماوات والأرض ولا يؤودون حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله السميع العليم صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 255, it says, لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. He doesn't get drowsy and he doesn't get tired. He doesn't get sleepy. That just shows you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not sleep. The holy month of Ramadan, he doesn't sleep. The rest of the months, he doesn't sleep, my brothers and sisters. Sleeping is a quality of the hayawanat wal bashar, for the people. It's for the people and the animals only. Let's just get that straight. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might sleep, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might sleep. In the Holy Quran, it's stated, he does not sleep. Even if it's the holy month of Ramadan, even if it's not the holy month of Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not get drowsy, he does not get tired. That's what drowsy means. He does not get tired and he does not sleep. There is a lot of questions about sleeping. What type of sleeping? Because Islam, it talks about two sleeping. It talks about the sleeping of the eyes and it talks about the sleeping of the ears, my brothers and sisters. Today, scientists maybe a few years ago discovered that there's also two types of sleeping. The rapid eye movement sleeping and the non-rapid eye movement sleeping. The non-rapid eye movement is only when your eyes are closed and your ears, you could still hear. The rapid eye movement is when you can't hear anymore. Of course, scientists state each cycle lasts about 90 minutes. Each sleeping cycle. So on average, if you sleep about maybe 7.5 hours, you have about 4 or 5 cycles maybe. Of course, it might be 2, 2, 3, 2. The cycles, of course. Islam, 1,400 years ago, spoke about this. They spoke about the sleeping of the eyes and the sleeping of the ears. Of course, today they might call it minor sleep, major sleep. The minor sleep is the sleeping of the eyes, and the major sleep is the sleeping of the ears. Sometimes people say, let's say they have an alarm, it didn't go off. It might be because you were in the rapid eye movement. Your ears couldn't hear during that. You were so deep in your sleep that you couldn't hear anything. And this is what it's called, deep sleep. I couldn't hear anything. Let's say, oh, my alarm didn't go off. Why didn't it go off? Maybe I didn't hear it. maybe it didn't go off. It might be because you're in that cycle, the rapid eye movement cycle. Also, dreams tend to happen in the rapid eye movement cycle. That's when dreams tend to happen. And sometimes, let's say you're in your dream and you went to the holy city of Mecca. You went to a place that is not your house, your city. The reason for that, and of course this is just interpretations. There's thousands and thousands of interpretations of why maybe dreams are taking place in other places. The reason for this is because they state in the Holy Quran as well, when you sleep, it's minor death. You've glimpsed at death. They state that your soul departs your body. And once your soul departs your body, it goes and meets other souls. It goes and it meets other souls. Once it meets other souls, let's say it meets that soul in the holy city of Mecca. Your dream is going to take place in Mecca, my brothers and sisters. If your soul goes, let's say, to Florida, your dream is going to take place in Florida. Of course, like we said, this is just an interpretation, and there's thousands of interpretations, my brothers and sisters. Another question that is asked a lot is, since there's two types of sleeping, do both of them invalidate the wudu? Do both types of sleeping invalidate the wudu, my brothers and sisters? Like we said, there's the rapid eye movement sleeping and the non-rapid eye movement sleeping. The sleeping of the eyes and the sleeping of the ears. Just look at how amazing Islam is. 1,400 years ago, من 1441 سنة, عم بيحكوا على هود الشغلات, that there's two types of sleeping. This is what the Holy Prophet discovered. This is what Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salam discovered, my brothers and sisters.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.
This is how amazing Islam is. From 1,400 years, without the technology there is today. Today, everybody can just go on their phone, search up whatever they want. They can get most of that information. Islam from 1,400 years ago didn't have any technology, no phones, no nothing. And this is the information they discovered. In today's world, scientists are just discovering this information. Scientists are believing in this information. Islam was believing in this information 1,400 years ago, my brothers and sisters. So let's get back to what we were saying. Which type of sleep invalidates the wudu, or do both type of sleep invalidate the wudu? Because most people say if you go to sleep, you have to itawadda again when you wake up. According to Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, there's one sleep that invalidates the wudu and there's one sleep that does not invalidate the wudu. He states the rapid eye movement sleep invalidates the wudu. Even, let's say you go to sleep for an hour, hour and a half, and you had a dream during that hour, hour and a half. Let's say, when you get back up, you must itawadda again. Let's say you had a dream, but you woke up and you felt like you could still hear. And you didn't have a dream, you didn't have nothing. You don't have to itawadda again, my brothers and sisters. Of course, this is just what the fiqh said, the Islamic law. Of course, like we said, there's so much Islamic law. It's better just to be precaution and itawadda again in the morning. And just to prove that this is correct, Amir al-Mu'mineen used to tell people, before you go to sleep, go itawadda, go clean yourself. Why would Amir al-Mu'mineen be saying this? Before you go to sleep, go itawadda. My brothers and sisters, they state, when you go to sleep, like we said, your soul departs your body. Of course, when your soul departs your body, we said it can go and meet other souls. It could quite possibly, when it departs your body, it could go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my brothers and sisters. And when you go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you want to be clean. You don't want to be najis, you want to be clean. You want to be on wudu, my brothers and sisters. So this just shows that not all sleep breaks wudu. There's some sleep that keeps wudu intact. Just like we said, just to be safer, and just to make sure that your salah is getting accepted and getting answered, just itawadda. It takes maybe a minute, 2 minutes. And of course, my brothers and sisters, something that a lot of people don't know, when you're قبل ما بتتوضا لازم تنوي النية. A lot of people don't end with a niyyah. They don't end with a niyyah for wudu. This could quite possibly make your prayer unaccepted, your prayer unanswered. So make sure before you tawadda, you end with a niyyah. Just like prayer, just like every wajib act, every act that you gotta do, you gotta end with a niyyah to get rewarded for it, my brothers and sisters. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.
My brothers and sisters, also, maybe sometimes you're extremely tired. You're doing an action, you get extremely tired and your head maybe falls 1 or 2 times. Zurara asked Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, if my head falls a few times, does this invalidate the wudu? No, my brothers and sisters, this does not invalidate the wudu. Of course, if sleeping according to the Islamic law fiqh, it does not invalidate the wudu. This would not invalidate the wudu. If your head falls maybe 1 or 2 times, maybe you're doing something and you've become extremely tired, you know the feeling, like you wake up and you feel like an hour passed, but in reality only 30-40 seconds passed. This does not invalidate the wudu, my brothers and sisters. But like we said, just to be safe, after you wake up, after, let's say you've had a 30-45 minute nap, and it's time for prayer, just atwadda again, just to be safe. There's no reason that you shouldn't want to atwadda again. My brothers and sisters, during the holy month of Ramadan, of course, not mush dom 24 ساعة النوم في شهر رمضان عبادة. مش قرآن 24 ساعة, مش دعاء 24 ساعة. Sleep for maybe 7-8 hours. The National Sleep Association says a children at elementary school, not a teenager yet, مش عمره 13 14 سنة, he needs 9 to 11 hours of sleep. The one who is a teenager and older needs about 7-8 hours of sleep. We sleep for 1/3 of our lives, my brothers and sisters. There's 24 hours in a day. 24 divided by 3 is 8. We're sleeping for 1/3 of our life. Of course, everybody needs sleep. Sleep is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for us to regain our energy, for us, if you want to call it, recharge our batteries. Sleep. If you get a good night's sleep, what's going to happen? خلينا نفترض بدي أتذكر هذا الشغلة. I want to remember this thing. If you go to sleep for 7-8 hours and it's a good night's sleep, you're going to wake up and this thing is going to be burned into your skull. You're going to remember it right away. So if you have a test, why do they say, let's say, especially in elementary school and middle school and high school, if you have a test, they say go to sleep early. Study. Right before you go to sleep, study. تراجع هذا الشغلة وضروري روح نام. So when you wake up, you have it memorized. This is why they tell you, especially in school, if you have a test, study and then go to sleep right away. Don't do anything after. Don't get distracted so you have it burned into your skull so you have it memorized. This is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my brothers and sisters. Of course, get your 8-9 hours of sleep and then go, if you want, maybe read some Quran, read some dua. But like we said, even it says don't read too much Quran, don't overdo it. Don't burn yourself out in this holy month, my brothers and sisters. So, like we said, sleep 8-9 hours maybe, get up, read Quran, read dua, do not overdo it, because once you overdo it, you're not going to want to keep doing it. It's like when you're, let's say you have something new on your phone, like the first day you get your phone, you're so happy with your phone, it's amazing, you can't put it down, it's your phone. If somebody comes and tries touching your phone, no, move away, don't touch my phone. And when you put it down, you make it all straight, you make sure it's fixed. After a month or two, after you've used it for so long, it just becomes normal for you. You don't want to always be touching it, you don't want to make it straight. This is the same thing with the Holy Quran, my brothers and sisters. If you're reading it so much, of course, it's going to feel like you're reading it for the first time. But if you're still very young, maybe 14, 15 years old, 16 years old, trying to read Quran and you're reading it so much, eventually you're gonna say, no, I don't want to read this. I don't want to read this. So maximum maybe 30-45 minutes a day. 30-45 minutes read Quran. And my brothers and sisters, I can't stress enough how important it is. Before Salat al-Dhuhr wal-Asr and before Salat al-Maghrib wal-Isha, صلوا ركعتين للإمام مهدي عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف, my brothers and sisters.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعجل فرجه. تاني على حب أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه.
ذلك على حب الحجة عجل الله تعالى
فرجه الشريف.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه.
My brothers and sisters, pray rak'atain for Imam al-Hujjah before Salat al-Maghrib wal-Isha, especially during these holy months. Inshallah, he'll reappear even quicker. Ya Allah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hasten his reappearance, my brothers and sisters. You guys know Imam Mahdi Ajulullah ta'ala Faraj al-Sharif is going to be the savior of this time. He's going to defeat all the evil. any evil that's on the earth, he's going to defeat it, my brothers and sisters. So let's pray for him so he can come sooner. Inshallah, maybe during our living, Imam Mahdi Ajjallahu Ta'ala Farj al-Sharif appears, my brothers and sisters. Of course, like we said, sleeping during this holy month is very, very important, but there's other acts as well, my brothers and sisters. Of course, we're not saying sleep for 5 hours. Of course, still get your good night's sleep, 8-9 hours of sleep. Sleep to the point, you know it's a good night's sleep when you wake up by yourself. When you wake up by yourself and you feel energized, and let's say you try going back to sleep 10-15 minutes later and you feel like I can't go back to sleep. That's when you know you're full of energy and you can't go back to sleep. This is when you start your day. This is when you begin your day. Of course, like we said, sleep is very important. But is it more important than Salat al-Fajr? And Noam ahem min Salat al-Fajr, would you guys say that? Is sleeping more important than Salat al-Fajr? Today, if you try telling somebody by the age of 12, 11 years old, get up for Salat al-Fajr, let's pray Salat al-Fajr, let's get you used to Salat al-Fajr from a very young age, because like we said, teaching Islam from a very young age is very, very important. It's a key thing for them to carry Islam with them through their entire life. So is sleep more important than Salat al-Fajr, my brothers and sisters? Salat al-Fajr on average takes 3-4 minutes. If you really want to overdo it, maybe 5-6 minutes. If you want to take time with your rak'atayn. If you want to go fast, if you want to go normal speed even, 2-3 minutes. If you want to go fast, which of course I don't recommend it, it might take a minute. And with your wudu, with everything, your wudu is another minute and 30 seconds if you really want to take your time with it. On average, maximum, it's going to take 10 minutes. 10 minutes to pray Salat al-Fajr. So when you wake up somebody for Salat al-Fajr and they say, no, I don't want to get up, tell them why. You can't get up for 10 minutes. You can't get up for 5 minutes in the morning. And of course, if they're one of those people that say, I don't want to get up for Salat al-Fajr, their prayer is likely going to take 4 or 5 minutes, my brothers and sisters. If you're one of these people that don't want to pray Salat al-Fajr in the morning due to the fact that, oh, if I get up, I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep. Some people say, oh, when I wake up at 5:30, 5:45, it takes me longer to go to sleep. It takes me longer to fall back asleep. It's going to take you 5 minutes to get up and pray. It's going to take you 3 minutes to get up and pray. And of course, like we know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might not be able to tell you in the akhirah, why did you not pray Salat al-Layl? Why did you not do these mustahab acts? But in the akhirah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can tell you, ليش ما صليت Salat al-Fajr? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can tell you, why didn't you do these wajib acts? Why didn't you pray Salat al-Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, or why didn't you pray Salat al-Fajr? He can tell you about these wajib acts, my brothers and sisters. So for your خليك تزيد 5 دقايق 10 دقايق على النوم خليك تخسر الآخرة, it's not worth it. If you want to add 5-10 minutes to your sleep just to stay, oh, I need to add 5-10 minutes, you know, I gotta wake up early today, and these 10 minutes, they're gonna make me fall asleep at work. These 10 minutes that you're gonna get up could possibly make up your akhirah. It's either gonna make or break your akhirah. And especially if your entire life you haven't prayed Salat al-Fajr, you know how much that's gonna affect you? Your whole life you haven't prayed Salat al-Fajr, all these missed deeds, all these easy hasanat you could have achieved, you've lost them. You've lost them. 3-4 minutes in the morning, and you say, no, I don't want to get up in the morning. I don't want to get up in the morning. My brothers and sisters, these simple acts, like we've been saying, are gonna make or break your akhirah. This 3-minute act, especially in the holy month of Ramadan, the deed is multiplied by 1,000, my brothers and sisters. Deeds in this holy month are multiplied by 1,000. That's why we're saying you maximize the benefit. Maximize the benefit in this holy month. Maximize it. This little 3-4 minute act, people look at it as a very, very little act. They look at it as a very little act, an act that 3-4 minutes, that means it's not very valuable. This act is more valuable than half of the acts we do in our life, more than half. There's not much wajib acts today. Not much wajib acts. This 2 rak'ah prayer is more important than 99% of the things we do in our life today, my brothers and sisters. For you to get these extra 10 minutes of sleep, or for you to get these extra 10 minutes, خلينا نفترض انت بتقول له لابنك خلينا نفترض الساعة 8:30 صارت وقت الصلاة، وبتقول له يلا قوم خلينا نصلي على الوقت اليوم، وبيقول لك لا عم بلعب عم بعمل شيء، قل له شو if you stop this thing 5 دقايق، إذا بتوقف هيدا الشغلة 5 دقايق، هيصير شيء. Let's say they're doing their homework and they say, no, I can't get up. If I get up, I'm not going to be in the same routine. I'm going to get off task. I'm going to get off topic. I can't get up. Just tell them it's going to take 5 minutes. It's going to take 5 minutes. The reward if you pray Salat al-Maghrib, if you pray any of the prayers on time, and if you pray them an hour later, the amount of these that you just missed out on is, if you want to call it amazing, if you prayed on time. And for those that don't pray it on time, it's not amazing. This hour, if you prayed it earlier, how much extra deeds you would have gotten, and if you pray an hour later, how much deeds you've lost, how much deeds you could have easily gained. So if anybody has a brother, a sister, children that say, no, I want to pray Salat al-Dhuhr wal-Asr al-Sa'a 5, بدي أصلي صلاة المغرب والعشاء على الساعة 10 ما بدي أقوم أبدا على صلاة الفجر, tell them why. See their reasoning. I'm telling you, their reasoning is going to be, oh, I have something to do. Let's say at 1:40, you tell them, yalla, get ready for Salat al-Dhuhr. If at 2 o'clock you see them, they still haven't prayed Salat al-Dhuhr, and you ask them why, they're going to say, oh, I was playing a game. I was doing something. Tell them these 5 minutes that you could put aside for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can make or break your akhirah. If they don't know what akhirah is, tell them in this dunya, هتعيش 80 سنة, 100 سنة max, 120 سنة, 200 سنة if you want to say it. Nobody's going to live 200 years. If you want to say 200 years, take 200 years. خد هذا 200 سنة, بس هتخسر الآخرة. You're going to lose your heaven, your everlasting heaven, that you're going to be there for as long as time has.
اللهم محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.
Heaven, that's an everlasting reward. You're going to be there way more than 200 years. Years you can't even count. That's how much it's going to begin to give. Tell them which one is more worth it. And tell them, in heaven, you're going to have as much things as you want, as many games, as many of X thing, as many things as you want. So don't lose your dunya for your akhirah, my brothers and sisters. If you want to sell your dunya, if you want to become the most pious man, the most religious man, become the most religious man. 24-hour ibadah, you can do that. At the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. You're going to be in the highest of skies in heaven. It's going to be worth it. You're going to lose these 80 years of living for your everlasting reward in the akhirah, my brothers and sisters. So just think of quality and the quantity. They always say quality over quantity. So if you're going to get 10 things, but they're all in bad quality, if you're going to get one thing, but it's an amazing quality, take the one thing. In the akhirah, you're going to get more time, unlimited time, and you're going to get better rewarded. هلا اليوم خلينا نفترض حدا اجا وقال لك بدي اقرا لك 10 سورة من القرآن بس ما بعرفهم منيح. I don't know how to recite them that good. أو بيقول لك بدي اقرا لك سورة واحدة بس بتجنن. Which one are you going to choose? هتقول له اقرا لي السورة الواحدة بتجنن. He's going to be a professional with it, let's say. The akhirah, as long as you want, قد ما بدك مليون سنة, and it's going to be way better. It's going to be way better. The reward is way better. So don't sell your dunya for your akhirah. In this world, they say quantity, they say quality over quantity. In the akhirah, it doesn't matter. You're going to be getting rewarded as much as you want. You're going to be getting as many things as you want in the akhirah, my brothers and sisters. The last thing I want to say, it is in this month, the month of Quran, the month of forgiveness and mercy, the month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In some state, it's the month of charity. Of course, these are all based on actions you should be performing in the holy month of Ramadan. If you guys know anybody that is in need, not only because it's the month of Ramadan, not only because I want to be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just to help out, just because it's an amazing thing to do, and especially during this time we should be helping them. Donate to people. Help them out as much as you can. Especially today, you see the wealthy people. Let's say the dude that created Amazon, the CEO of Amazon, the guy, Bill Gates, the one who created Microsoft. Their net worth is over 100 billion right now. خلينا نفترض they donated 25 billion. عندهم بعد 75 billion. They'll have 75 billion left, my brothers and sisters. Is it going to affect them in any way? From 100 billion to 75 billion, is it going to affect them? The man that created Amazon and the man that created Microsoft, are they going to live long enough to spend all their money? Their 100 billion, are they going to live long enough? Of course, on things that they're going to use every day. هيدا اللي اخترع امازون عايش، خلينا نفترض اذا بيعيش 1000 سنة ما عيكون فيه يصرف مصرياته كلهم. ليش ما بيساعد الفقراء؟ ليش ما بيساعد العالم؟ هيدا ال 100 بليون. Is he going to be able to use it in his lifetime on things he's going to use on a daily basis? No, my brothers and sisters. Let's not be like these people. Of course, nobody is as rich as these people. Of course, nobody just has 90 billion sitting on the side, and if I lose 70 billion today, it's not going to matter. I'm still going to have 30 billion. That's enough to make 30 billion lifetimes, my brothers and sisters. If you have $100, don't give all 100. Give 50 for yourself, give 50 to that person, give 25 to him, give 75 to yourself. Don't give to the point where you're putting yourself in his position and you're putting him in your position. Don't flip the positions. Give him so he is able to eat and live for the next few days and hopefully for the rest of his life if he flips his life around. And so you could still be healthy and still be living an amazing life. And of course, in this holy month, my brothers and sisters, like we've been saying, maximize the benefit. We spoke about it on the first day. It's already day 9. If you want to consider it, tomorrow's going to be day 10. It's night 9 tonight. Tomorrow's going to be day 10. We're already a third of the way of the holy month of Ramadan. مثل امبارح إلنا صلوا قد ما فيكم، دعوا قد ما فيكم، اقروا قرآن قد ما فيكم. أول يوم إلنا هيك. Already صار اليوم التاسع، عبكرة يوم العاشر. Tomorrow is the 10th day, my brothers and sisters. Use your time wisely. Ramadan this year, I don't know, I feel like it's passing by way faster than it usually does. It feels just like yesterday I was talking about how I'm so excited for the holy month of Ramadan like 2 weeks before. It's already the 10th day, my brothers and sisters. Maximize the benefit of this holy month. Get as close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as you possibly can. And of course, the most important thing is when you build this everlasting relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and inshallah every single one of us during this holy month builds that relationship. After the holy month, ما توقفوا صلاة، ما توقفوا دعاء، ما توقفوا قرآن. بعد شهر رمضان ما توقفوا القرآن، ما توقفوا الصلاة، ما توقفوا قراءة القرآن. Don't stop these actions. Continue doing them. Of course, if you don't want to do them as often, because most likely after the holy month of Ramadan, we're going to be going back. Most people are going to be going back to work. People, let's say some might be going back to college if they're going to reopen campuses. So they're not going to have as much time on their hand. But still, try every day to doing these actions. Try every day reading Quran at least once, reading Dua at least once, and praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the 5 prayers. And if you can, pray Salatul Layl. And of course, my brothers and sisters, before sleeping, read Surah Al-Ikhlas. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله العلي العظيم. Some sources state it's highly recommended before sleeping reading Surah Al-Ikhlas 3 times. Some state 4, some state 5. So before you go to sleep, like I just read Surah Al-Ikhlas. How long did it take? 10 ثانية. It's going to take a minute out of your time. So really, how much time do you want to put aside for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That's up to you. And like we've been saying, your acts are what's going to make or break your dunya or your akhirah, my brothers and sisters. So if you see somebody not doing this before they go to sleep, of course, even if you want to read it under your breath, you can read it under your breath. If you see somebody not doing this, try encouraging them to do this. If they don't want to do it, it's up to them. It's up to them. You can't force them into doing it. آخر دعوانا and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Inshallah, my brothers and sisters, I'm going to be reading a dua.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. صل على محمد وآل محمد. صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Of course, my brothers and sisters, there's a lot of ikhwan, a lot of brothers and sisters that have been sending me messages saying, please pray for us. Please pray for us. Of course, like we've been saying, my brothers and sisters, we've been saying this every day before we finish the video. When you're praying, when you're reading dua, not only for X amount of people, not only for X group of people, for every single person, for every creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're going to pray for black, white, Arab, Muslim, Christian, it doesn't matter. Everybody. You're going to pray for everybody, my brothers and sisters, your friends, your family, everybody. Not only for the people you love, because inshallah, my brothers and sisters, we're all going to get through this virus together. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم رب شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن وافتضرت على عبادك فيه الصيام رزقني حج بيتك الحرام في هذا العام وفي كل عام واغفر لي الذنوب العظام فإنه لا يغفره غيرك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام صدق الله العلي العظيم. نقرأ آية الكريمة 10 مرات. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء أما يجيب
المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء
أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء أما يجيب
المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء
أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء أما
يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء
أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء أما يجيب
المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء
أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء أما يجيب
المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء.
يا الله 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 يا الله. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يبعد عنا هذا البلاء يبعد عنا هذا البلاء. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to cure us of this virus. Like we've been saying every day, my brothers and sisters, this could quite possibly be an imtihan. This could quite possibly be a test. In this holy month, it should be easier for us to pass this test. Don't fail this test because during this holy month I wanted to waste my time and I didn't want to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. During this holy month, get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and let's not fail this test. Inshallah, we all pass this test, this imtihan together. And like we've been saying, if you're praying for somebody, if you're reading dua for everybody, because inshallah we'll get through this virus together. Also, if you're gonna donate in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you can, donate anonymously, my brothers and sisters. You get more rewarded for it due to the fact that some people, of course, we know donate for the fact that, oh, I want to بدبين كبير قدام العالم, so I'm going to give $500 to people and I'm going to put my name on it. If you're going to donate, my brothers and sisters, try your best to just say, I'm going to donate anonymously. I don't want anybody to know that I donated this X amount of money. You get more rewarded for it. And of course, it humbles you more. آخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين.